Growing up playing video games, I've heard all the negative views out there about video games. I heard it causes addiction, it increases aggression and violence. It leads to health problems like strain injuries and obesity. The list goes on. However, most people seem to ignore the fact that near all of these adverse effects have only been found in studies where all test subjects were very excessive gamers, not normal gamers. Everyone has heard their mom yell at them saying that video games is a useless waste of time, and it's going to rot and dull your brain. Well, sorry, Mom. The truth is, video games can improve your life with many psychological and physical benefits you can get from playing. Surprising to many, the list of positive effects of video gaming far outweighs the negatives. I'm going to go over just a few of them. It stimulates learning and creative thinking. It allows people to get challenged, surprised, and sparks their curiosity while they marvel at new worlds to adventure in front of them. In other words, it makes your brain start turning. It's a fantastic way for people to practice challenging new skills and activities and develops transferable skills. A great example of this simulated operation is flight simulators. Another benefit is it improves hand-eye coordination and timing. Studies have shown that gamers don't even have to think about hand-eye coordination, whereas non-gamers have to use a lot of brain juice just to coordinate between using their hand-eye movements. Gamers' hand-eye coordination is already automated, so their brain power can focus on higher tasks. It helps people be more social, learn to cooperate, and work better in team situations. Not all gamers sit in their mom's basement chugging Mountain Dew by the liter while being overweight and wearing sweatpants all day. 70% of all gamers now play with others via the internet and make friends. Obviously, online friends cannot substitute real life ones. People still need to have a healthy balance between the two. When gaming with others, you are forced to learn how to cooperate and communicate as a team in order to achieve a common goal. It starts to become a natural state of mind to gamers, and they take that into their real life. Games like Call of Duty can improve your eyesight. University of Rochester did a study in 2009 and unexpectedly found that shooting bad guys in a video game gives you better vision. They studied gamers at a tournament playing first-person shooting games and found a boost in their contrast sensitivity function. In other words, ability to differentiate small changes in the brightness of an image. Doesn't sound like a lot, but that's first visual aptitude that start to fade over time. Picking out bright spots at night, for instance, is key to nighttime driving. It slows down the mental aging process. According to many studies, playing brain teaser games as little as 2 hours a week can help slow down the degree of mental decay associated with natural aging process. The University of Iowa did a study on 681 age 50 plus people. They had them play 10 hours of video games and were able to stall the natural decline of several cognitive skills up to 7 years. This would work with any game that is complex enough to require mental power and abilities. Another great benefit, it aids dyslexic children. The University of Purdue studied children aged 7 to 13 in two groups. One played high action games like Raymond Raving Rabbids, mouth right there. Another played much a lower tempo game. They found through testing afterwards that the children playing the fast-paced game read faster and more accurate. The study leaders noticed that the action games increased the attention spans of kids, which is a crucial skill in reading. It improves mood and anxiety. Are you frustrated, angry, anxious? How about knocking down a structure made of pigs with a fat bird? Play some Angry Birds for a while. It has been shown that games like these instantly improve your mood. That can also be something that can help you relax before something anxious, like a job interview that you really want. Another great example of the advantage of playing video games is Super Mario 64, a throwback. Mario is basically like steroids for your brain. Studies have shown that playing video games can improve your problem-solving skills and cognitive function. and Mario is a perfect example. Mario 64 was tested with specifically a group who just played Mario, and the other group didn't. For 2 months, results showed on the MRI scans that the gaming group had a rise in gray matter in the right hippocampus, right prefrontal cortex, and the cerebellum, the areas in the brain that are responsible for something like forming memories, strategic planning, spatial navigation, and fine motor skills in the hands. The study leader, Simon Kuhn, and colleagues concluded afterwards that video games could even potentially be used as therapy for patients suffering from mental disorders such as schizophrenia, PTSD, and even Alzheimer's. Another great study was done by Jane McConnell, who shared her knowledge from a scientific perspective as a game designer and brain trauma victim herself. She believes and proves how gaming is the neurological opposite of depression. She points out that worldwide 1.75 billion minutes are roughly played on the game Candy Crush a day alone. Through brain scans, the most active parts of the brain that rewards the pathway system is associated with goal orientation and motivation. Also, the hippocampus that is associated with learning and memory. If someone is suffering from depression, these parts of the brain do not activate. McConnell actually had a traumatic brain injury and made her heal better. Called Jane the Concussion Slayer. She later turned into a program called Super Better to help other people that suffer with brain injuries like she had, and also people with depression and anxiety. As she calls it, it can really help people heal better and faster. When you play a game, you get a strong feel of optimism that you can learn and get better and win. You use physical and mental energy to face problems. The key is everything in moderation. Just like with food, alcohol, and hobbies, they're all fine in moderation. Extreme overindulgence is when people run into problems. For instance, a glass of red wine a day can be a health benefit, whereas binge drinking can lead to alcohol poisoning or even death. The same is true with video games. If you're going to run into health problems, if you sit in front of the TV all day and night playing video games and only stopping for food and bathroom breaks, you will face problems. Wrapping up, I learned tons that I did not know when starting this project. I knew a couple of the facts, but I had no idea the numerous studies on playing video games and all the many positive perks and enhancements to come from them. Most surprisingly was finding out all the medical benefits, which helps mental illness, injuries, and brain aging, just to name a few. Truly, it was a great eye-opener on the subject, which I'll be sharing now. It is too often people have incorrect, skewed views on gaming, when in reality that is referring to excessive gaming. It is a false representation of a regular gamer, which turns out pretty great activity-wise and to be a good stress reliever. Moral of the story, play on, play.